All right, so the ongoing Auburn drama for who their next football coach will be is over. Even Hugh Freeze has a statement, so it is no longer speculation. Hugh Freeze will be the next head football coach at Auburn University. You know, and people were talking about the problems that Hugh Freeze had in his personal life and had at Ole Miss, and from what I gathered when I heard he and his wife giving their testimony and all this, is that the things that went on with him as far as his marriage and infidelity and all that, those things were going on even before they ever came out. So he and his wife had already been dealing with those before we ever knew about it. She knew about it. And so I was trying to get the timeline. I think that was it 2017 when he left Ole Miss?
About that.
And something along those lines. I thought it was further back than that, but I was watching that timeline. But here's the bottom line on that. The real fruit of someone's life on them making a change in their life is how they've lived their life, since the downfall. And all of us in all of our lives have had something that we said, at one time I didn't have this right. I guess there's perfect people somewhere. I've never met them, but
I would say no, Rick.
Right,
I'm going to go with no.
Yeah, but anyway, but I do also understand that sin always matters. It matters in my life, and there's things that my sins have caused that can't be completely repaired on this side of heaven. Right. And he paid a price for that. I think when it's, I don't know Hugh Freeze personally. I know people who do know him personally, and I know them well enough that I respect their assessment of someone spiritually, and all of them that are personal friends of his say there's no doubt there's been a spiritual change, and to say there hasn't would almost be for you to say that God does not have the ability to change people, because they're saying the devotion to as a follower of Christ is clearly there, and Christ, as we know, makes everybody new that repents and leaves faith in themselves and their own authority, and places Jesus as their new authority. And then they abide in him, and he abides in them. And he says, and I produce the fruit that pleases my Father and proves you're my disciple. So if you want to know whether Hugh Freeze has really changed, I think you just watch his life. But the bottom line is this, and we know football. We've been in the business of football. We've been around football. If Hugh Freeze wins big at Auburn, his past will mean nothing. If the program doesn't get any better, his past will mean everything.
Yep.
And so there'll be no sincerity about it at all. There'll be no true conviction. It will just be, if he wins, he'll be beloved. If he loses, he'll be torn limb by limb. There'll be an attempt to destroy his whole family. All this will be brought back up, and he'll be sent out on the rail.
Yeah,
that's how the whole big-time football thing works.